Okay, this week, just a reminder that a reflection is not due. If you check in grade, we need to finish the method section for this week, and also obviously the data collection. And the data collection, there's nothing to turn in, but I am asking that that you present everything that you have this week as you've done in prior weeks, showing me your field notes, recordings, etc., just to show evidence that you have it. But you don't need to turn it in, nor do you need to include that or upload that to your Word document. So make sure that you've completed the method section, you've completed the 3 sections, you've referenced by stating see Appendix A, see Appendix B, etc., to show evidence of your instruments. Those instruments, again, will appear as separate appendixes at the end of your thesis, so make sure you have a page break between each appendix. You'll also include in your appendix, at the end of your document, your informed consent form. And there is no need to include it signed. I think I may have mentioned that in the past. I think it's better just to include the blank form without the signature. Obviously, you will need to have that, and that's something that you can present this week as well, showing me the informed consent form signed. But you do not have to include the signed version of your informed consent form up in your Word document. You can just include the form itself. Later, we'll talk in May when we first get back. We'll talk about adding as well your coding list and perhaps an example of a transcription that will also be mentioned in the method section, and will also be mentioned or included in the appendix at the end. But we'll talk more specifically about those 2 things when you come back in May after you finish the analysis. So again, this week we're going to be focusing on the analysis. Please bring all of your data sources with you to your tutoring session, and provide some examples of some coding that we can look at and I can give you feedback on, so to clarify any doubts that you have, so that you're clear going into your vacation, which will allow you time to complete the analysis. As I mentioned in our talk last week, don't worry about what you're going to include in your findings right now. Worry about your analysis. Worry about getting your head around the information to understand all of the information. Realize that you're going to, at the end, be selecting certain pieces of your analysis or data for your findings, but you're not going to be including all of the information. So as you go through the analysis process, you may feel that you just have a lot of information, but as long as all that information that you're analyzing relates to your research questions, then you're going about it the correct way. So we'll talk this week about your analysis. If you do have any questions, feel free to see me. And for those of you who are or have scheduled your tutoring sessions towards the end of the week on Thursday or Friday, if you want to reschedule and move those up earlier in order to clarify any doubts, especially if you're finishing any last-minute interviews or observations, or you just want feedback before we leave on break, feel free to let me know. You can come by my office. We can schedule your tutoring session a different day, but I would like to schedule it, not just you come by. You're welcome to come by my office just as to talk about something about your research, but if you want to reschedule a tutoring session that you have scheduled for Thursday or Friday, I would prefer to schedule that as soon as possible.